Sand King going to be the first pick for Xolotl. So always a solid opening. Yano, he plays this a bit, but
10 seconds
they're
remaining.
the ones around the Sand King center, aren't they? So
Dire team pick.
suppose that could be a position for Sand King as well.
Pick.
There it is, Breaky. There it is.
They're doing the Morphling Earthshaker.
Morphling eggs with an Earthshaker.
And there's the Sand King on the other side. So even before you get your level 20 talent, it's still going to be pretty good.
Oh, it's going to be a fun game for Bleak.
Remaining.
That is for sure. And he impressed on the Morphling in the last game that we saw. Despite his team having some struggles, he himself looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, again, that was against Complexity early on, who has officially been knocked out themselves, and they are currently playing Black Sheep, which we talked about. It turns out that is a very important match for Black Sheep, and from what I saw, Black Sheep was winning that game very decisively in the later parts of it. So it's going to come down to Black Sheep versus J-Storm in the final match. To then, if Black Sheep wins that, then there will be a tiebreaker between Black Sheep and Kookaburra. So obviously that's now that does set up one of these funky cases, and I've seen people already talking about it. It's like, well, what's to prevent J-Storm from just not trying and not caring? And frankly, nothing. I mean, it's up to them if they don't want to try and care. That's just how it's set up. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're at least going to play a good match and draft and everything, but we'll see. There's Enchantress. All right, so we finally get the non-Oracle counter to Darkseer.
Yeah. We'll see whether he can find the right creep. Sure he will.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, no, he doesn't even need a creep. Just
Enchant just dispels, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just that's what I'm saying. That this hero's actually very good against Darkseer. Because it dispels and slows on top of that. You can argue Enchantress is actually better to deal with Darkseer. It's just Oracle's overall a better hero in a lot of cases.
Well, we'll see. Maybe Enchantress is the better hero. We just haven't seen a whole lot of it.
Fair enough. You got me there. That's your argument is solid. Cannot argue against it.
How's my contrarian impression going right now?
It's a big word.
5 seconds.
No,
remaining.
it's a small word, Breaky. Contrary.
Contrary. Opposite in nature, direction, or meaning. Ah, it's going good.
Contrary.
Oh, I just had the text-to-speech play. Wow. It's contrary. All right, we're getting crazy.
Like canary, but conical.
Slaughter. That's the fourth pick Slaughter. We haven't seen him yet ourselves these last couple of days. All right.
Huskar.
I think it's getting a little funky. Dazzle Huskar. Let's go.
I dig it. Get that early pressure going. It's a pretty solid hero in terms of ending games quickly. Slaughter on the other side is a hero that potentially could be played in the off lane or the safe lane. We have seen some safe lane Slaughter.
5 seconds remaining.
Could see some morphling in the mid if they need to, but a little curious to see how Old Suck Gaming decides to lane this.
Is he good against Morphling, though? As far as just overall, I feel like Morphling actually doesn't mind Huskar.
Yeah, he can definitely out-deny him, that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's where the Huskar pick is a little curious. But again, they have the Dazzle Huskar pairing, so that's never really a horrible option, I guess. Unless they pick it into an Axe. Could final pick the Axe for Old Suck Gaming. They don't ban it here, and then the lanes would be a little funky, but that goes back to they could safe lane Slaughter. They could mid Morphling, off lane Axe. That could work.
Team
No, they ban Axe. Darn, they figured it out. Just when I was becoming a genius.
Slark.
Slark. Okay.
All right. We've seen a lot of 4 Sand King.
Kind
of interesting.
Yeah, it's the second game Xolotl's doing it. Snap pick Wind Ranger, by the way, for Old Suck Gaming. Rayla Lisa will be playing it. So it's going to be a mid Wind Ranger. against the Huskar. It is a very good hero against Huskar.
Yeah, should fare quite well. Shove out the wave. Keep Huskar from being able to pressure. And then if he ever does try to go on you, just press win run and take 0 damage. Seems like a great combo.
We get a pretty fun draft on both sides here. Some unique stuff happening. Our classic cheesy Dazzle Huskar combo as well. I applaud the teams for the draft here in the Battle of the 0-6 teams. Once again, should be a solid and fun game to watch. Chives
Absolutely.
on Xolotl. Yeah, the Slark pick, though, does feel pretty good overall. There's a lot to perch here with that Dark Pact. And certainly pouncing is also going to be effective this game. Setting up to be a slippery Slark.
Yeah, is it really that good of a Slark game?
No,
I guess
not
it's
really. It's okay. It's like against Morphling, I guess it's okay. The pounce is good, but at the same time, yeah, Morphling's gonna sustain. But the more he sustains, the more essence shift charges he gets. So
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad Slark game, but there is some AoE stun available as well.
It's just not
Prepare for battle.
all right, into the laning phase we go, and let me make sure. Game overlay good. Oh, and actually, I'm curious on the odds on this one. See if I can find it. Team Xolotl, also gaming. All right, let's see. What do the odds say? All right, 1.75 to 1.95. Favors Xolotl slightly. I like
Sounds fair.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I was also double checking, by the way, the European region, they played to their tiebreakers, and ultimately they did have, it was Chaos and Achen finishing it up. So Anti-Mage's Cinderin squad coming up just shy.
Back to the caster's desk.
He'll still be at TI9, I'm sure.
Most likely.
What a life, man. It's either, oh, I didn't make it as a player. I guess I'll just go cast the event.
Yeah, he's one of the only people that's been able to pull it off.
The battle begins.
Contesting at the top rune. Dark's here.
Don't run off.
Yeah, they're just going to throw out the enchant for the slow, and he's in trouble. Dead.
Wow. Dies.
Don't be mad.
Did he get the bounty rune at least? He did get the bounty rune. So it is a 2-for-2 bounty rune split, but yeah, gets first blood in. At the top lane. Huskar versus Wind Ranger in the mid. Huskar with the 4 gauntlets of strength.
He needs to equalize that base damage discrepancy.
Oop, power shot on through. Alright, we'll wait for the levels to start adding up before looking too much into how that lane's going. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Earthshaker's doing a creep pull. And so is Sand King at the top lane, but Empyrean's here to throw the enchant out. Yeah. That
the
is
entire purpose of this hero.
It's very clever to put the Iron Shell obviously on the creep, though. That's the workaround, I suppose, of the Enchantress. Although I guess she could just enchant the creep that gets the Iron Shell.
Yeah, and then just run it out.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder why she didn't do that. Oh, they do continue to make the pulls happen. And Enchantress just going to do what she can to throw in the auto attacks. Earthshaker. Yep.
Go ahead.
The Earthshaker was wrapping around mid, but not going to make a play with it. So Slaughter bottom lane.
Yeah, he's got the lane in a good spot. Camp's been blocked, so no way for Hector to pull it back. With the small camp, he's going to go for the large camp pull here.
Dire's bottom tower is under
But
attack.
Dire creeps, interrupt.
Launching Empyrean, trying to run away from Raykill. Looks like she will be successful. Sand King has a mango for another burrow strike. It's on level 1 though, again a short range. Does connect though, a couple of auto attacks needed. Never mind, Fairy Fire. Forced out, and even the Nature's Attendants coming out as well. And it's back to full life eventually. Chives goes down bottom lane though, by the way. Sark getting pretty low himself, but they do find the kill, and Earthshaker, he's trying to get out of here now.
Here comes the starter though, so they could potentially look for a turn.
You're all right.
Sark
No grave leveled up on Dazzle.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, not yet, but we'll see when that eventually comes. As oh, look at that from Earthshaker blocking the. I guess was he trying to stack it himself even? Well, either way, it doesn't stack.
It's only level 1 on the Shaker. He's only halfway to level 2. Needs to be a little careful about getting too far behind in terms of experience.
It's going to be gone on here as the poison applied from Dazzle. Slark does have pounce in 2 seconds, not even needed. Hector actually gets credit for the kill, just really right-clicking to assist, and yeah, Earthshaker will remain at level 1 for the time being. Quick res, I suppose that's a bonus, but...
You know, I like that about you, Breaky. Always looking for the silver lining in the situation.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Try to keep it.
Makes a good Dota player. Keep it PMA.
Keep it positive. I've learned from you guys. Life was much different before I found out about Dota Alchemy. Wind Ranger. How's the matchup going mid now? 21-7 Huskar, 14-1 Wind Ranger. Okay. So Huskar is actually still dominating quite a bit. Those bracers now online, a couple of them.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough lane for Ray Lalisa at this point, especially with the EXP discrepancy. Now Esk just running him out of the mid lane. He's going to keep zoning him, actually, away from these creeps. And Esk is getting the experience. Or at least trying to.
Gonna win run aggressively in.
Denied.
Well, making use of it. Does have the Arcane Rune again, so certainly a little more value there from it. And Darkseer at the top lane, despite the Enchantress, is still managing very good, but Morphling's also just essentially free farming. Here's Bleak, talked about earlier against Complexity, it looks pretty impressive. As the Morphling has a 5-minute Bounty Rune spawn. And
Xolotl gonna get 3.
Yeah, ends up getting both of them. Back up top, Darkseer going back in. It's actually bottom lane. Slaughter is going to be jumped. Pounced on up, another auto attack. Hector gets credit for the kill again. This Poison Touch. It's level 2. He's just going the 202 build, very aggressive and understandable why.
Please be careful.
Healing power.
Empyrean, Nature's Attendant. She'll be fine. As Yano is going to TP. Not much life, but TP's away. TP's back to the shrine, in fact, and heals on up.
Bleak is having a very good game in this yet again.
Yeah.
35-7, top of the charts. Not really able to be pressured that heavily by the Darkseer, and that definitely bodes well. Especially as they head into the mid game where Huskar wants to take over, but does need to be a little bit wary of the physical burst.
Oh, they eventually get the kill the bottom lane, but it might come at a cost now. The Poison Touch. It's going to tick down Slaughter. So indeed it is at a cost for Slaughter's life. Dazzle will feel pretty good about that one. Going back to the Morphling as well. Top lane again. Back in. Blake, he morphs into the Sand King. And look at that. Sand King is like, wait, what? How did that happen? That's not supposed to happen yet. Well
Stop
played.
hitting yourself.
Yeah, right.
Stop hitting yourself.
Invisibility.
What is that originally from?
I mean, just
That's like a bit in
Run off.
is it a Jim Carrey movie even? Maybe.
yeah, it sounds correct.
Yeah. Yano.
I mean,
he's dead. Earthshaker also died though.
game.
But Morphling, do we think he's going to go the same build as he went the previous game, or was that kind of special circumstance? I believe it was like the Manta and then into the Ethereal Blade later on.
Yeah, the burst seems pretty good. You're able to kill the Dazzle right off the bat, kill the Huskar Bleak. Even burst the Slark before he can get off his ultimate.
Oh, there's Shaker. He goes down. This Slark is going off. Ifrit. It's 2-0-3 at the spot of lane. He has 3 permanent stacks now, the Essence Shift, early on. And they might find another one for him. They're going to surge him 4. One more auto attack. There you go. Yano actually gets credit thanks to the Ion Shell.
Dire's middle
Infinite
tower is
scaling
under attack.
underway.
Sure is. You kid, but you just wait. 2 hours from now. Slark is going to be a beast. No, it's really good though. Even tipping his teammate as they run over to the shrine.
Dire's middle tower is under
Nice
attack.
teamwork there. And this is all with Huskar still just doing his thing in the mid lane. And in fact, as I say this now, he picks up a haste and he's at the top. He wants to try to maybe make a play on Morphling. Doesn't have life break
He's all
yet.
alone though.
Is he holding a point? He is. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, for the chase after the waveform, I suppose. Little awkward engagement gets dispelled. No more haste rune.
All right, now just to farming, I guess. So suppose it was just to leave the mid lane and harass Blake.
Yeah, it's kind of like a nice little lane swap actually, because it allows the Darkseer to actually get a little bit of farm. He was getting super shut down at this point, and S can single-handedly pressure.
On bottom lane, there's a 1-for-1 trade. He saw
Is under attack.
Ifrit was really deep at the tier 2 tower even to make the kill happen. So Sand King loses his life, but yeah, another kill for the Slark. 5 permanent Essence Shift stacks. And Armlet's almost finished for Huskar. Just needs a recipe now. Gonna be joined by Sand King. That means it's probably a kill on Enchantress.
Radiant structures
No
are
untouchable. She did.
Another petal falls.
You know, if Slark were to steal all of Morphling's agility, it would completely negate Morphling's ability to change between attributes.
Huh? Like, are you being serious? Is that actually a thing?
I mean, if he has no agility, he can't barf.
I
right?
guess, actually, yeah.
Where are you going? Come
It's
on,
not
sprites.
practical, but sure. Esk. Okay, he's trying to get away. Inner fire.
The turn.
He's gonna go for the turn. He gets the assistance from Reiko with the Sandstorm, jumps on Empyrean, and those burning spears adding up. Bleak's trying to man mode. He will win the fight in the end. And he gets a double kill out of it, and now Bleak's going for more. The double kill for Esk as a result of the burn on Enchantress. But Bleak is
Not worth.
possibly gonna get another?
Every coin helps.
He's really committed now. Shifts a little bit.
The jukes.
Yeah, good jukes there.
Yeah.
Just TPs. All
That
right.
was nice. The surge into the juke makes it impossible for him to get off any attacks. Great teamwork. But Esk does go down, and that's a pretty big deal. Scar is one of those heroes where it's like you die 2 or 3 times, and the game is pretty much over until you hit 25 and get that pure damage burning spear.
To be fair, he got a double kill, and he actually resurrects now with the armlet that he was finishing up there. So, again, positive.
I'm not saying that the game's over because he died once, but you got to be careful how many times you die on this.
Sure. Earthshaker, he's going to be dying. Is 6 times too much?
Double damage.
Dire's top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
so many times he's died. Oh, they kill the Sand King. That's a double damage Wind Ranger that runs in.
Sad for you.
Pops Focus Fire.
Dire's middle
Trying to
tower
catch up
is
to
under
Yano.
attack.
Don't think she is, though.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And that'll be the end of that pursuit. But yeah, finally, Realisa is getting a little involved on the Wind Ranger. He's been quietly just farming out middle lane and trying to recover really against this Huskar.
More, Slark, just about done with the Midas. Playing moves to the bottom lane. And wow, Hector is level 7. He's extremely over-leveled because of all those kills.
Yeah, Dazzle. Oh, That was a kill mid lane. Esk makes a kill happen. He dies himself, though.
Unable to toggle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, so a 1-for-1 there. But still, Huskar, he hits level 10. Coming back in 20 seconds now.
Illusion.
Mentioned Slark, though. The Hanamitis going to be delivered. And Ifrit certainly is going to start scaling pretty well, but can't forget about the Morphling. And to answer, he is going the same build so far. He went the casual Morbid Mask. He's going to go Manta style. Seems to be his style.
And then the eggs.
Well, Ethereal Blade, and then the axe. Yeah.
We'll see.
It's going to be Ethereal Blade.
We'll see.
If anything, he needs the level 20 talent first to make it practical.
Yes.
So by the time he'd be there, if he gets the axe now, then it's just kind of, okay, what do I do with it now? Again, he has Sand King on the other side, so I guess there's that. Earthshaker.
All dropped.
Versatis realizing he's kind of just in a bad spot, just runs it into Echo Slams, and you know what? They get the kill on Hector. Wind Ranger. The 3-kill streak stopper there. So good assistance again from Wind Ranger, and certainly trying to be involved now. Oh, they also scan out the Sand King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Figure that he was still over in the area, and they dust, and it will be a catch. Let's go dominating for Blake.
Morphling currently with the Sand King.
Radiant's
So
top tower
should
is
be
under
a
attack.
free tower in the top lane. Anyone who comes here is probably toast. So there's a lot of wisely playing away from this. Quite strong right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Interesting.
How's
Sark's.
that for
Who can say
What was
I
that?
will do with this tower?
How's that for positive?
Come on,
There you
sprites.
go. I like the good cop, bad cop thing. Where's the negative at?
What is Ifrit doing in the bottom lane? He used the Midas 1 second after it came off of cooldown.
Horrible. Get him out.
Terrible.
Now he's going Diffusal, though, as a follow-up. Always just a good stat item for agility. And
Radiant structures are
why not?
fortified.
good burn against Morphling and others.
Yeah, great against Morphling, good against Wind Ranger.
Where are you going?
Dark's here. All of a sudden takes some burst damage. The Impetus online for Enchantress has been for a little bit, I suppose. And Yano's trying to hug. Yeah, he's like, all right, Impetus attack this. Unfortunately, had to run away eventually, so it gets taken out. Bleak's going to go over the TP play with a shifting into strength. Good job with the Fissure Stun as well. And it buys time to escape. So team support's there. It's 15-minute bounty runes will spawn. Hector's going to go run over and pick up a couple.
Radiant's middle tower
It's time to
is under
push
attack.
with Huskar.
Dire's top
Nice
tower
shackle.
Ranger,
is
nice
under
shackle.
attack.
You got Dazzle nearby, though. Oh, they're going in for this. He's low. He life breaks in. Shallow grave. Not even necessary yet. Oh, it's on cooldown still. Oh, and he couldn't
doesn't
get
get
it
off in
off.
time.
Yeah, one more second. He's going to grave himself. No, he can't even do that. That's a Sada running in with a great crush stun and the fissure as well, and just could not get the cast off.
Just like that, 3 deaths on the Huskar. It's approaching danger zone.
Sand King, he dead.
Okay.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Well, that was kind of appropriate right there.
The buyback into jungling. Woo! Well,
It's not the play you expect to see. But hey, sometimes you get frustrated.
Invisibility.
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, Huskar almost has a Heaven's Halberd, so that's good there. But this Slark eventually Ifrit's gonna get involved. I mean, he's 3-0-4, so obviously he's been plenty involved. It's all been at the bottom lane, but eventually he's gonna start moving around and making some plays. I mean, I'm just so used to seeing Slark from history of get the early Shadow Blade and get kills early on, but this is a safe lane static farming Slark.
yeah, I mean, he's their win condition. He's the hard carry. That Shadow Blade snowballing style of Slark is really becoming more and more of like a pub relic, I feel like, because
Dire's bottom tower
this
is
hero,
under
he just wants to get fat, and Shadow Blade is not a very good stat item. You haven't noticed.
Well, still continuing to pressure the bottom lane. Going to go for a tower kill even. As Earthshaker's nearby. He's going to throw out a fissure or two. He's almost 2,000 gold saved up, so that Blink Dagger is coming. He's got a Soul Ring as well. A Midas use. We haven't mentioned much about Slaughter yet, by the way, who's also had a Midas, and he's almost got his own Blink. So this is some good timing for the Dire side. They're going to have a couple of Blink Daggers in the next minute, and that's where Old Sock Gaming certainly needs to make some big plays.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, MKB almost done a Wind Ranger as well. And then Shadowblade queued up, just a little curious.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're fighting top lane. Oh, the big bash. Yano, though, he's still alive. Vacuum to the wall, and Chives is probably too deep. Where is he? Still screwing around. Oh, Ray Lisa got picked off by Esk meanwhile, and then the others do eventually chase down Slaughter. So that was Esk.
Meanwhile, Ifrit.
Oh, yeah, he finds a kill onto the Earthshaker. Popping Shadow Dance for this. Pounce in 5. He has Dark Pact. He's going to keep running.
Dire's top
Well,
tower has fallen.
that worked very well for Xolotl. So much for the timings.
Yeah, just like that, tower goes down. 2k gold lead for Xolotl. And yeah, Ifrit's Slark is definitely going to be an issue. They don't have the best tools to deal with them, as you did say. You know, despite the AoE stuns of Slardar and Earthshaker, the range is relatively small and on the crush, so it's really just Earthshaker whose job it is to keep Slark in check.
Yeah.
Wait up.
Yes, he's gonna have to maybe life break. He gets a shallow grave. Dazzle's gonna die for this. Huskar the lockdown though. Well played by OSG. They do find a couple of kills themselves. And this game is proven to really provide the back and forth 17 to 16 hero kills. There's the blink delivered to Earthshaker. So they got one on him and the Slaughter, as mentioned earlier. This is pretty key timing for Old Sock Gaming to try to make some big plays with. Morphling going the exact same build. Has the Manta, going the Ethereal. And then the Ags. Sure. They picked up that combo for a reason.
It's nuts. I hope he gets there. Just for the memes. Double Blink Dagger smoke move coming to the top lane here. They're gonna wrap around.
Trying to
Look for a
bait.
fight.
Enchantress is like, yeah, totally, just going in. There's the follow-up Slaughter and the follow-up from Earthshaker. All of a sudden, Huskar is getting really low, but gonna fire push back. However, Bleak jumps in with the Adaptive Strike and indeed bursts him down. And now it's Dazzle. He's gonna shallow grave himself as he's trying to stay alive, but Slark finally shows up to the party. Very late. Earthshaker gets away. Missed the pounce initially. Fissure hits. And Earthshaker's just going to stun lock him while his teammates are dying on the other places. Yano, he's going to be run down by a couple, including Morphling. And now back over here, Versatis does finally fall to Slark. But again, that was really a good death for the Earthshaker there, as he just kept Slark occupied for a good 20 seconds, it felt like.
Yeah, that was really well fought by Old Sock Gaming, and just a little bit slow in the grave there. He was mid-animation when the Adaptive Strike came through from Bleak, recognizing that the Chain Stun was not going to be enough.
Oh my god. Yeah, Slark just dropped a half life there all of a sudden. Impetus and an Adaptive Strike, but he's fine. He's got that all regen. And he's almost got an eye of Scotty too, so certainly showing the net worth, but Huskar. Okay, he's gonna go Dragonlance next. Get that attack range.
Smoke to Roche.
Yeah, there is a ward there, but with the smoke, they get around it. That's a heads-up play. OSG has no clue. Certainly going to be an H. Oh no.
The power shot.
Yeah, and now it's a case of do you commit, and the answer is yes. S gets it. We'll be fine, but yeah, very scary there with that power shot at the time he get hit. Blink Dagger just picked up by Sand King, by the way. It's another Radiant team. As a way to get their jumps now.
Another double smoke to the bottom lane with these Blink Daggers on Slardar and Earthshaker. They're going to find somebody here.
Somebody's Yano.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
dead.
attack.
Much damage. He sure is.
Sorry.
Yeah, that corrosive haze goes up and people just melt. Especially with Wind Ranger nearby if she happens to be there.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's 15 armor.
Radiant's bottom tower
Bleak,
has
he'll push the
fallen.
bottom tower. And that Ethereal Blade just around the corner now.
Slark is closing in on the Scotty, so he will be very difficult to kill in these fights. So it's just a matter of, is he going to be able to actually build up
Dire's
those
middle
stacks?
tower is under
He got
attack.
kited very effectively in that last fight, and their lockdown
Radiant's
is
bottom
pretty
tower is
lacking.
under attack.
Lockdown? Lockdown?
The Lockdown. That's a new word. I like it. That's that happened. Sometimes the blink doesn't work like you want it to.
I swear I pressed the buttons, though, Breaky. Swear.
Yeah, I don't know if it got deactivated or if he just was late to click it, or they already ran back or something. But either way, doesn't get in. And so the Epicenter now on cooldown for 90 seconds.
There's the E-Blade and the Scotty at the same time. So both carries relatively online right now. Xolotl still unable to really utilize this Aegis that they picked up. Or rather, let's keep it positive. Xolotl waiting to use this Aegis for an opportune moment, intelligently.
Well, they're going to find Wind Ranger, and maybe after the Wind Ranger kill,
My quiver
that'll be that time.
is empty.
That's a good pick.
The wind should carry
On picks
sand,
leader.
not arrows.
Great kill. He's still chilling in the sandstorm. Trying to make them decide what they want to do. As Darkseer even shows up.
God. Run away.
More flank chasing after Darkseer. Back over here. The Echo Slam goes down, but Shadow Dance popped by Slark. He is getting locked down, though, by the Earthshaker. Eventually gets it off Dark Pact in the pounce. And will find yet another kill. That's 8 stacks of that Essence Shift now. More fling. Oh, he runs right into Esk. He morphs into the Huskar. Interfire pushback. That was a clever play by Bleak. Is it enough, though? Stack's going to
Slark, he's
continue.
caught Empyrean.
So he loses another nearby. Imperium. Nice job with the waveform. Oh,
Oh,
he's
the surge.
he's coming. He's hunting. He couldn't interfire. He doesn't have the mana. And Morphling's dead for 50. Yep, that's the Slark momentum now. Level 20 he hit as well. And they're also going to catch Wind Ranger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
She's dead.
Oh, no. Jives, what are you doing?
Save your
Trying to
teammate
save.
syndrome. It's going to continue.
This is just going to be a straight up set of racks. There's nothing they can do to stop
Dire's
it.
middle tower has fallen.
I mean, he has plus 20, or plus 38 agility now between the permanent and the current stacks. And it's starting to go down, but still.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The Ag
Dire's
stream.
structures are fortified.
It's queued up. I see it.
So close. He also needs level 20.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Just saying.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
All right, picks up a blink on Slark. There was a phase where I was playing, when I was going through my carry phase, I played Slark a little bit, you know, watching the best Slark player in the world, and BSJ, of course. And the build that he talked about that was actually pretty unique was the Blink Dagger earlier on. And it's an interesting concept, but it actually makes a lot of sense, because it's a hero that certainly wants to be able to get on top of you, get that pounce off, and without something like a Blink Dagger to jump in,
Dire's top tower
certainly a
is
bit more
under
difficult.
attack.
So
Yeah,
that's
now
a-
his catch is actually ridiculous with the Darkseer Surge and the Blink Dagger and the Pounce. Nobody will escape Ifrit's clutches.
Yeah, and again, he also went the talent, so that's a
Dire's top
4.5
tower is
second
under
pounce
attack.
leash. Pretty strong.
Yeah, almost outlast win run. So Ray Lisa without a defensive item needs to be very careful with positioning here. He's still going for that Shadow Blade despite having a invisibility talent in just a few levels.
Invisibility.
Oh yeah, Wind Ranger. That is odd.
Dire's top tower is under
Permanent
attack.
invisibility, Breaky.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Supposed figures he
Radiant's
just wants the
middle tower
jump
is
on
under attack.
wherever they go on, but you know, why not the blink dagger at that
Radiant
point?
structures are fortified. Dire's top
either way,
tower
Permanent
is under
invisibility.
Yeah, you know
Radiant's
what? You
Trying to
said
play
it.
Rick.
tower is under
Trying to
attack.
play Ricky, and Ricky's so terrible that he has to pick.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Ranged Ricky.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ifrit comfortably sitting in front as they're pushing the tier 3.
Oh, wow, and he blinks out of the E-Blade. That's pretty nifty.
Morphling's got the point booster. So it's lining up. Bleak certainly on the way to get in the Ags, and as we were talking about, ideally gets 20, gets the morph allies, and morphs into Earthshaker, and then just hops around like a, I don't know, just hops around.
Double damage is available. Slark gonna pick up a Hyperstone on his way to a Moon Shard. He's going for just full snowball mode.
Double damage.
Yeah, that is interesting actually, but you see the Wind Ranger using the Shadow Blade there. He had an opening, but choosing better of it.
What?
Whoa.
Hello?
They were saying hello to nobody.
Feeling a little jumpy.
Clearly thought somebody was there, but not the case. Slark is sitting comfortably, going to jump Enchantress. Yep. Oh, Furion.
Nice force.
Back here.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, here the counter initiation. In fact, Dazzle's going to be bursted down. Esk jumps on really Lisa. Vacuum pull on the back lines as Earthshaker's picked off, though. Sanking goes down in response, but this Slark still feeling pretty good. The double damage is just now wearing off. Morphling, he's dropping
Bleak
fast.
so low.
Esk getting low himself, but it's Huskar, not a big deal. Bleak, he morphs into the Huskar. And the Interfire pushback, but Imperium will fall on Enchantress to Esk. So a couple of split
They caught
fights.
Ranger.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Shadow Blade's not saving you there against the Sentry.
You wanted out of here, didn't
Dire's
you?
middle barracks has fallen.
And this
Dire's
Slark is
No,
9-0-9.
attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yep, Ifrit.
Pretty good.
Making
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top
making
barracks
moves
has
all across the map.
fallen. Dire's
Very
top
reminiscent
barracks
of
is
how
fallen.
Slark sometimes feel in those pub games. Just picking you off. Feels bad.
Offering
10,000 net worth lead. Make it 11K as some bounty runes being picked up. So old Suck Gaming is really on the idea of they got to make this Ags Morphling work. And against Complexity, when we saw him pick up the Ags, it did turn the tide a bit. So it's certainly could be a similar story here. As he is just about at level 20.
Dire's bottom
The
shrine is
23
under
Savage
attack.
Morphling was, I think they were losing the game, or they were behind until he picked up the Ags, and then he just started one-shotting people with the Earthshaker. He's very close to that level 20 talent as well,
Has fallen.
but T-Rex down, it's going to
Dire's
take a lot of
bottom tower
carrying from
is
Bleak.
under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, there you go. He's so close to 20. Right as he gets the Ag, so he's going to soak up this experience.
There it is.
Make sure he gets the right talent. That'd be awkward.
Oh, I misclicked.
At least I have more attacks. Oh, there you go. Leaping in. Jumping in. Going for the burst. Darkseer cannot die, though. Jeez. That's
Still
a,
insane.
It is.
Insane, dude. That's a Darkseer who is very tanky.
that is pretty crazy. He's going to go back and get some mana.
The thing is, it's such a short cooldown. He has it up constantly.
Yeah. I believe it. I'm excited to see that. This is one of these combos I haven't seen yet personally. I mentioned recently Was seen ran, but it's got to be very mana intensive
I
though.
know I can trust you guys.
But I suppose with the Ags, yeah, it actually helps.
Look at that range.
That is pretty absurd. Wow.
Dire are scanning.
Illusion. Now he gets jumped though, but just leaps and he's good. Hail Mary.
So ridiculous. And it's up again.
This Slark might be in trouble. Oh,
Oh,
vacuum.
the back.
Yano, what a save, Slark. Now the episode is going to be canceled up by the fissure, and now Radikill's getting bursted. No, he's going to be fine thanks to the sandstorm, and Bleak suddenly may have to think about playing defensive. He's going in. Dazzle keeping himself alive with the shallow grave, though, and they catch Bleak once again. Radikill,
One shot.
nobody's dead. Finally, Slaughter dies. Back over here, Slark.
Plus 1,036 damage.
Oh man, the damage! Slark goes down! He's out for
Oh
90
my
seconds.
God.
Blink is a god right now. He is hitting so hard. Dazzle with the shallow grave on himself. Blink still hopping around, losing teammates, but he doesn't care as long as he's alive. He gets a double kill now. He wants to find Darks here. Ain't going to do that. Back to the right. Buyback, by the way, on Sand King as he died, but Huskar is eventually going to fall. And yeah, no, I'm a believer. This is certainly a game still.
It is such a broken combo. Oh my goodness. The cooldown is what makes it so ridiculous. It's like
Yeah.
every 4 seconds you're hitting for 1,300 damage.
I thought the Dark Willow one was pretty crazy to see. But this beats it because of the mobility too.
Yeah, the gap close is out of control.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like plus 1,000 damage. All these hits. That's absurd, and that it's one of those cases. How the hell do you stop it? You need like a scythe on the Radiant team or something.
Yeah.
Lock
Anybody
him
even
down.
close to picking one up? There's one queued up for Darks here, but he's a long way away.
All right, so Blake finally hit the point that he was looking for, and just like that, the game starts shifting a little bit. Now, again, big picture, you got the middle and the top racks have been destroyed on the side of Old Suck Gaming. Xolotl top lane. They find a jump, and they're going to take out Wind Ranger. Yep, the vacuum pull back in just to be sure. As Ifrit almost ran into somebody. Both teams checking out Roshan. Bleak still hopping around. Oh, big burst. Sand King. It's like, whoa, found him. Gets cut down by the teammates, and now it's Slark battling against Morphling. Crossa phases up, though. Pops Shadow Dance. Got another Dark Pack. Bleak is getting low. Not low enough. He jumps back in. The Earthshaker's in pursuit. They want to catch him. Great vacuum once again from Yano to save the day, and Morphling is not going to find the kill in the end.
Not yet.
True.
This fight's not over yet.
Well, Huskar, he's being battled. Pops a shallow grave, keeping him alive. Can he get somebody? Kills out of this. The Echo Slam goes off. Doesn't matter. Ifrit melts them. Bleak now jumps back in, though. A great two-man stun from him. Huskar getting low, and the adaptive strike for the kill, but Bleak is dead. He was too much agility there. And Ifrit finds the kill on him.
Yeah, wasn't able to find those really, really quick kills. He was missing a few of those enchant totem leaps. And well played by Xolotl to kind of not get picked off, stay as a ball, and make it very difficult for Morphling to find those pickoffs. Massive wave in the bottom lane, though, so they're going to have to respond to that.
Yeah, double siege creep is there. They're doing Roshan, though, in the meantime. The buybacks. So Morphling is ready to go again. And he jumps back in. Here we go. Kobe. Burst. Sark's dead. Just like that. Well, so much for the Roshan. I see the teammates are like, yeah, you're carrying us.
Radiant's bottom
Dear
tower
God.
is under attack.
Papa Bleak. Please. Carry us to glory of our one win.
And they might get Roshan out of this.
They need it, for sure.
It's just so weird to see him constantly shifting back in. Getting that plus damage.
It's taking a little while. They're not doing this very quickly.
Well,
right now.
that's the thing with him shifting in and out. Like, there's this global cooldown that's constantly delaying things. Finally going to get it. Picks up
And
the
he's in.
Aegis. And the cheese, and he's in. As mentioned, S cut off, so is Sand King. Kill has a stun, though, Bleak. I was going to say, yeah, he actually ran out of Earthshaker.
He ran out of Earthshaker.
I didn't know how else to put it. It wasn't morphed in him still. He finally catches up to Sand King, though, and finds the kill. Husker, though, catches Bleak, pops a Mantic, trying to get away. The vacuum pull in. Waveform's out.
What a ridiculous hero, Breaky.
It was pretty fun. And they need a Scythe. They need that true lockdown on him. The guaranteed lockdown, even. Because he doesn't have a Linken's. Like, he is susceptible in that sense.
Yep. Definitely, that's their only tool that they can use right now. But even then, he still is very tanky.
In fact, I'm almost questioning the idea of going an Eye of Scotty over Linken's. Like, Lincoln still feels like it would actually be really good, because he's got to think a Scythe may be coming now.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, does he really need the extra stats from Scotty? Or does he... Like, I feel like he does enough damage already.
Yeah. Oh, they're smoked. Morphed into the Earthshaker again, and he's chasing. Who will they find? Where he has the Aegis, he jumps in onto everybody indeed. S getting bursted initially. He's fine though. His Shot Grave got pulled back in with a vacuum. That looked funky. The real Earthshaker jumped in initially. He gets taken out though, but now Bleak is in there, bursting down Dazzle. It's not enough damage on the Crimson Guard helping to save, and Bleak's getting low himself. He has to jump out, pops a fissure, and on the run. Wind Ranger and Earthshaker have already been picked off though for the side of OSG.
Radiant are
And now Enchantress likely to die as well. As Slark is going to find the kill.
Yep, not the engagement they were looking for. Didn't burn the Aegis, but they're going to have to wait for these respawn timers, and that means they'll only get one more real shot with this Aegis to take a good fight.
Yeah, let's do this.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah. They were chasing him that whole time, and eventually they catch up to him.
Dire's
Chimes
bottom
down for a
tower
minute.
is under attack.
Now it's just morphling in
Dire's
Enchantress to
structures
hold.
are fortified.
And with Earthshaker dead, talked about he unfortunately can't morph into Earthshaker.
Yep, that's a big problem. Now he has an Agonist.
Has fallen.
Morph into
Not
Enchantress.
useless, but not great.
Dire's bottom
He's gonna get gone on, jumped initially. Remember, he has an Aegis. What does he be? Oh, that's an Eye of Scotty being delivered.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Does have a finish now. There's the Burrow Strike, so he morphs into the Sand King.
The Radiant
However, he's going to die, maybe, waveform. Yes, there's the Aegis pop.
The cheese.
Where are you going?
Earthshaker's up.
He doesn't have morph though for 20 seconds.
Oh, true. Yeah, he already used it. So he is in a much worse version of himself now. Waveform. Ask is going to be saved thanks to the shallow grave. And Ray the Lisa gets killed off. This Slark is all in. So many Essence Shift stacks, permanent and passive right now. And they're literally farming the fountain at this point. Lika's
4
morph,
seconds.
but no Earthshaker.
No Earthshaker. Come on, guys, you got to get both things together.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like, Earthshaker, that's one of the downside of the strat. He dies and ruins everything.
tower is under attack.
Jumps in with the Sand King, but almost got bursted. Might not matter in the end. He's morphing back in. Ate the cheese, but it is too much, and that's going to do it. Xolotl will be the victor, and we'll get the first and only win of the group stages. OSG will finish 0-7.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That was fun. I'm glad we got to see that combo.
Yeah, had some entertainment at least. That's all you really ask for in a game like this. Essentially, they are playing for the fans and playing to have fun, so props to them for that, knowing that nothing was on the line here. But it's a good game, and that means the group stages, and for us at least, are going to be coming to a conclusion with our coverage.
51,000 hero damage.
That's quite a lot. Esk did 46, so almost there too, but yeah, it's a lot of damage. You know, that is a crazy combo. Like I said, that's the best one I've seen so far with Morphling. Morphling really is just one of these heroes that there's such a high ceiling, and so much that you can do with them.
Yep.
Especially
Great
with the
addition to
decks.
Dota. Imagine having to play League of Legends where this doesn't exist. I feel sorry for you.
I can't imagine that, man. Wouldn't want to. But that means, again, our coverage is going to be wrapping up. I was just checking. I assume J-Storm and Black Sheep should be playing at this point, if not already. So certainly go check out that stream as well. And obviously, if you got the squad stream going on, hit that up as well. I've been watching that myself. It's been fun. It looks like they are doing the draft right now. So that is pretty important, like we keep going back to. If Black Sheep happens to win, they're going to play in a tiebreaker. If J-Storm wins, then we have our 4 teams that will move on. So this lines up pretty nicely as far as the coverage goes. Elevated, though. Shout-outs, last words, anything else before we wrap up here?
Shout out to Dota and all fans of Dota. That's all I have to say. And thank you to you and BTS for having me on the cast. I had a lot of fun.
Of course, man. You know it. Definitely always a pleasure, and always happy to have you on. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means we are wrapping up officially now, as I was BreakyCPK, and again, joined by Elevated as my co-caster. So hopefully you enjoy the coverage. Look forward to seeing how things continue to wrap up over the next couple of days. The playoffs start tomorrow, kicking it off with China, of course, then into Europe, and then into NA. 2 days, we find out each of those regions, the one team that will be advancing on to TI9. It is going to be a fantastic weekend, starting with J-Storm versus Black Sheep on the mainstream. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Until then, peace.